How to Navigate Language Barriers While Traveling. Written by Ajah Excel. Narrated by Archie. Introduction. Traveling is one of the most rewarding experiences life has to offer. It opens doors to new cultures, new people, new flavors, and new perspectives. But as exciting as travel can be, there is one thing that has the power to turn a thrilling adventure into a frustrating experience: language barriers. It's easy to imagine being in a beautiful foreign country, surrounded by rich history and culture, only to find yourself unable to communicate effectively with the locals. It can feel isolating, intimidating, and at times downright discouraging. But here's the good news: language barriers are not as insurmountable as they seem. In fact, overcoming language barriers is one of the most rewarding parts of travel. Once you break through that wall, you'll discover a world full of exciting opportunities to connect with others, to understand cultures on a deeper level, and to enrich your travel experience in ways that go beyond what any guidebook can provide. The fear of not being able to communicate shouldn't hold you back from experiencing the world. And in fact, understanding how to navigate language barriers is a skill that every traveler should master. But before we dive into how you can do that, let's take a moment to address one of the most common reasons why language barriers can feel so overwhelming: the fear of looking foolish. How many times have you avoided speaking to someone in their language because you were worried about mispronouncing a word or making a mistake? It's a common feeling, especially when we're in an unfamiliar environment. The truth is, fear of making mistakes is the number one reason why many people never make an attempt to communicate in another language. But here's something to remember: making mistakes is part of the learning process. And it's not the mistake that matters, it's your willingness to try. You see, every time you try to speak, even if you don't get the words exactly right, you're showing the locals something important about yourself. You're showing them that you care. You care enough about their culture to try and speak their language. And in most places around the world, people will be more than forgiving of your errors. In fact, they will often be appreciative of the effort you put in. The simple act of attempting to communicate in their language shows respect. It shows humility. And believe me, it will take you far. Throughout this book, you'll learn not just how to get by with a few words and phrases in a foreign language, but also how to build real connections with the people you meet while traveling. These connections go beyond mere transactions.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?